Two. Okay, we got the volume going. Finally, man. What's up? This your boy XL Mixmaster. We're live from Boston Beantown. I'm so excited. This is my very first live. I have nobody watching me, which is fine. I have no problem with that because you got to start from zero and then you got to build it up. So anyway, live from Beantown, Boston. I'm in my home studio here. I just wanted to make a special announcement to all of the people that are checking for me. And right now, there isn't anyone checking for me. I don't see anyone watching me right now, but that's cool. That's cool. What I'm going to say is that um, I've been in the music industry for a long time. And what I used to do, and what I'm going to start doing again, is I'm going to start streaming. So, you know what? I'm a very visual individual. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what I used to do and what I'm going to start doing again. So, let's go to, I'm going to share my screen. Let me see. The real life of an these guys, what they're doing right now, which is crazy to me. They DJ, let's see, we got Rello, Jay Rello, NYC The Future, my man Don Banks, Mintuition. Then we have guys like Check in Effect, we have Lord, and we have a bunch of other guys that I watch. I can't remember everyone. So they're like YouTubers. And now we also have Dean the Great and Adrian Broner streaming on Kick. Man, I got the swag. I got the Riz. You heard, you know what I'm saying? I got the swag, I got the Riz, and I look good. And what I'm gonna do, my plan is to travel overseas, travel across the country, United States, do my little my little remix thing in the studio, and you guys are gonna be able to see a day in the life of XL Mixmaster. Mark Roberts, Mark D. Roberts. You're going to see that. You're going to see me in the studio. In fact, I'm in the studio in a couple of weeks to finally mix the Candy Slide record I've been teasing on social media all this time. So I'm in the studio. I'm going to be streaming that. So you're going to see me streaming on YouTube, Kick. I'm going to be teasing you guys on IG and teasing you guys on TikTok, Pause. And I'm excited. Those guys that I mentioned earlier, they're inspirational to me. I live through them, vicariously through them. They travel all over the world: Kenya, DR, Thailand, Colombia, and I just think it's amazing. NYC The Future. Their subs, their subscribers donate money to them to travel overseas and internationally to see a day in the life of them. My stream's going to be a little bit different because I'm not just going to show you a day in the life of Excel when I'm traveling. I actually DJ and I've traveled all over Japan, Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Taiwan, Costa Rica, all over the place. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to share my screen and you're going to get an idea of what I'm talking about. Here is a video of some of the places I had a chance to go to. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Check it out. I'm gonna feature because I don't want to get in a copyright strike. So can you
International Excel. We're getting ready to head to Krakow, Poland. Right now we're in Munich, Germany, and I'm about to get on the plane. So just want to keep it moving.
I'm gonna mute it right now.
Wow.
Okay. So that's Germany. I'm in Germany. I think I'm either flying to Poland or coming from Poland. And this was a video that we did for a reality show. Let me see.
Right here, this is Jasmine. A little baby comes with me everywhere I go. And we're heading to the airport. See? The life of a DJ. The life of a DJ. See what I'm saying?
Now, yeah, I used to live in Jersey. So I used to fly out of Jersey. That's right now we are in Scotland.
In front of my room. This is kind of what I do.
Look how handsome he is. That's a nice looking guy. Look at him. So what I was doing in that room, that's a little small hotel room. That's in I think I'm in Poland. So I would videotape or video record my DJ sets because we were trying to get footage for content. You guys say content. Back then we said footage. I was trying to get content for my reality show. But look at that handsome man. I would record content on my flip camera, and then I would edit it in the hotel room, and then I would upload it to YouTube, and then I would send an email blast out to like all the people that I knew. And by the time I got back to Jersey, I had another gig lined up. You heard? So that's me talking about it. Let me let it play. That's Poland. I did 4 dates in Poland. Shout out to my man DJ Black. He booked me in Poland like 4 or 5 times. This is China. This is actually right now. That's actually in Japan. That's I can't remember of the record store. That's a record store in Japan. Man, I cannot remember. But yeah, let me go back. Oh, let me go back. Austria. Let me see what we're talking about here.
How you can do the same thing.
I don't get a copyright strike.
To my little friends, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Grant.
Say hello to my little
Mr.
friends.
Benjamin.
All right, so we're back in China. I think that's Shanghai or Beijing. I can't remember. That's Shanghai. That's Shanghai. So that was crazy. Look at all the people in it. It's like 3,000 to 5,000 people. I was killing it. That's Poland.
Crazy. I had a good time. Busta Rhymes was here a couple weeks ago, and now we're coming here. That's crazy.
That's Austria.
Drive to work. Some people take the train to work. You know, they may take the bus, or maybe some people even walk to work.
How do I get
When I go to work, this is how I get to work.
Is that not a flex? Some people walk to work, some people drive to work, some people even take the train to work. They may even ride their bikes to work. You know how I get to work? Flexing on them like that. You heard? All right, let's go. And then mind you, I'm getting paid. The flight's paid for, the hotel's paid for, the food is paid for, and then I get paid to DJ. That's what you're going to see with Excel. That's what you're going to see on my streams. You heard? And no disrespect to any of the streamers I mentioned earlier, because they're doing their thing and they inspired me. So let's keep it going.
Just like that, going right back to New York City. We're leaving Poland. Goodbye, Krakow, International Excel, DJ Excel. Going back to New York. See you later.
Peace. Tell me that ain't fire. Stop sharing. Let me go back to my YouTube streets. So I'm excited. For me, this is going to be a new journey to be streaming on Kick, streaming on YouTube, streaming on Instagram, streaming on Facebook and TikTok. We're gonna keep it moving. So I'm getting everything together now. I'm getting the software so that I'll be able to stream. I'm also getting together the hardware, like high quality cameras. I'm updating my phone. I'm gonna get me a big iPhone 17 Pro Max. I'm super excited to be on this journey right now. And I can't wait, because I think it's going to help me allow me to reintroduce myself to the younger generation. Because this footage, or all this footage that I'm showing you, or this content that I'm showing you, this is going back. I started DJing. My first record came out in 87. My first record came out in 87. And a lot of this footage, this content that I'm showing you, it goes back probably like 10 years. I'm going to show you one other thing that I'm really proud of. And let me find that one for you. I'm really, really proud of this one. And let me see. It's Fox 5, Good Day, New York, with DJ XL, which Rosanna Scott, and I forget the other guy's name, but highlighted the career. So I'm going to give you an idea of what I did overseas and what I used to do, so you can get a little background of who XL Mixmaster is. So let me go ahead and share my screen again and just take a look at the pedigree of who you're talking to right now and what we're going to be doing.
Let's meet the DJ. Why don't we?
DJ XL, so
What's
nice
good?
to mix master here. So tell me, where can we find you?
If you really want to find me, you're not going to find me DJ in New York City. You got to get on a plane. I might be in Shanghai, Poland, really exotic places.
How cool is that?
Now, did you hear that flex? I said, if you want to hear me DJ, you got to get on a plane. Poland, Shanghai, Taiwan, really exotic places. And you hear what she said? What? How cool is that? Yeah, I'm not your average DJ. I'm not your average. Listen, you Boston DJs that don't want to play my records, y'all can DJ in Boston. It's cool. I don't care. You don't want to play my records? Fine. I'll be in Shanghai. I'll be in Taiwan. I'll be in freaking Rio de Janeiro. Okay. You guys can have Boston. That's how I used to do the New York DJs. The ones in New York City that try to front on me. You guys can play your little parties in New York City. I'm getting on a plane. I'm getting all expenses paid tour around the world. So you gotta be big fish and little pond, or you know what I'm saying? Or small fish and big pond. You could do whatever you want to do. I don't care. So let's keep it moving. Listen to the flex.
Exotic places.
How cool is that?
I'm very, very fortunate.
That's
Wow.
great. What do you call home?
I live here in New York. I'm originally from Boston. Yeah, home is New York City.
Are you rooting for the Yankees?
I love the Yankees.
You see how they tried to trip me up? They tried to catch the kid. I said I'm originally from Boston. I live in New York. Then they're like, "Oh, are you rooting for the Yankees?" I love the Yankees. Of course, I love the Yankees. Listen, the first apartment I had was in the Bronx. Okay, Grand Concourse, 168 and Grand Concourse, right by Yankee Stadium. That was my first apartment. It was crazy. I used to come back from the clubs at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and the little kids was out in the Bronx. They were playing in the streets at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. So yeah, I'm from Boston, but I love the Yankees. See, they try to trick me, man.
Okay, good
I love
move.
the Yankees.
Wait. Good answer. All right. Gosh, I mean, well, what's your favorite place to go overseas?
Shanghai. I love Shanghai. I've been there twice. Beijing.
What kind of music do they like in Shanghai?
This music right here, real up-tempo, electro, house, up-tempo music. They like to dance and shake their behind.
They're gonna laugh when I say that. So I wanted to say they like to dance and shake their ass, but I couldn't say that on TV. So I said shake their behind. But it's true when you go on to different countries, particularly like I said in Asia, they want to hear dance music. They don't want to hear no hip hop music. Now it depends on the country. Like back in the day, Japan was heavy in the hip hop. Hong Kong was heavy in the hip hop. Taiwan was heavy in the hip hop. But from talking to some of my promoters overseas, I'm hearing that it's changed. Now I know for sure that Africa is heavy. Shout out to my man at Diami. Trying to think of the name of his. I have a cat in Nairobi, right? Diama Events, MC Bling. Now I've been talking to him because Cassidy's going to be going over to Nairobi in August. I know for a fact that Kenya is popping it's lit when it comes to hip hop. Obviously, Afro beats, Omni Piano, South Joburg. We're talking about South Africa. We're talking about Joburg. We're talking about Durban. Omni Piano, obviously. So the music changes. Like reggae music is big in Africa, West Africa, East Africa. You got to know what to play in certain countries. So a good example, I used to go to Poland all the time. They hired me to play hip hop. The last time I went there, they put me in this big club. I'm playing the hip hop music, and they're not really reacting to the music. So I started playing dance records. People started moving to the records, and the guy that hired me, the DJ promoter, DJ Black, was like, "Yo, I hired you to play hip hop." I said, "I know, but I'm reading the crowd, and I played to the crowd." So I started throwing on some classic dance records, and people started moving to that, and I mixed it up with hip hop. Same thing like what I realized when I went over to Scandinavia, not Scandinavia, but more so Sweden and Denmark and Scandinavia. Certain in Europe, Germany, Switzerland, Austria. Dance music is heavy. Swedish House Mafia, all that big dance, big time Ibiza. So there's a big market. So as basically what I'm trying to say, as a DJ, you don't really want to limit yourself to one type of music. You want to make sure that you have a plethora, open format. You should be able to play hip hop. You should be able to play rock music, classic R&B, Afro beats, whatever. I mean, have your own niche. I mean, my niche, my specialty is remixes and reggae and R&B and hip hop. Like that's my strong suit. But if someone hired me to play an event and I was not allowed to play any rap music, any hip hop music, I could play a bunch of classics and rock the party because I was a wedding DJ. So you got to know how to read your crowd and and how to basically move in different markets as a DJ. So let's hear what else Excel has to say.
What kind of music do you like to remix? What's on your turntable?
Right now, I'm really into the electro house, the really
wanna
up-tempo
say-
music. I've done a lot of R&B, hip hop.
Before I forget, in the background there's a record called Donk Shaker, produced by Jason Dawson, aka DJ JD. He literally, that record brought me around the world. So I want to shout out Jason Dawson. He's actually getting ready to play the World Cup. He's going to be DJing one of the World Cup events in Boston. Shout out to you, bro. I was trying to get him overseas. It was really hard. I was really trying to get him overseas to DJ with me. I just want to give him a quick shout out. And my man DJ J Spring.
And reggae. But now the dance is really global, so I really love doing that right now.
You've actually met some really interesting people. I think we have some pictures of them. Babyface.
Yes.
And,
All right, hold on one second. Oh,
Yes,
wait. So look, that picture right there, that's L.A. Reid from I think the group is called The Deal. That's me in the middle, flexing, looking like a snack, looking like a baller, 6'4", you know what I'm saying? Looking like a basketball player. And that's Babyface. They had a record label called LaFace Records. I'm in the middle of L.A. Reid and Babyface, LaFace Records. Do you understand that the significance of this picture? They're responsible for Usher and TLC and a whole bunch of people that I can't even think. You know what? I'm already sharing the screen. Let me see. Who was on LaFace Records besides? Yeah, here it is right here. There's a bunch of people that I'm not naming. Look at this: TLC, Outkast, Tony Braxton, Usher, Pink, Ciara, Goody Mob, Donald Jones, the Tony Rich Project, As Yet, Damian Dame. I mean, they killed it. They killed it. All right, let's go back and listen. So look who I'm in. Who else I'm with?
I used to work for Bad Boy, and I had the opportunity.
Oh boy. Here's my question. Why wasn't I invited to the freak offs? Cassie, you should have gave me your number. And Diddy would have blew up my car or blew up my house. So
To meet Cassie and Babyface, L.A. Reid, and Puff Flow, Sean Diddy Combs, and I'm really
call him
Kanye.
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Kanye West. Yeah.
All right.
And
I want to send shout out to Don C. Don C's on the left. I think he was Kanye's manager or road manager. I know him and Kanye used to be mad cool. And Don has like a clothing, a sneaker line of some sort. Shout out to Don C for connecting me with Kanye. I did a special vinyl in Japan with Kanye. And then I can't think of the dude, the white boy DJ, Clinton Sparks. Shout out to Clinton Sparks because Clinton connected me to Don C, which is here. And then what happened was Def Jam had stopped pressing vinyl. Basically, most of the record labels had stopped pressing vinyl. And because of Digiwax, everything started being digital. So music was being serviced to DJs digitally on MP3. Shout out to CL for the technology. And so my job was, I worked at Unique Distribution. My job was to go to the record labels, go to the artists, go to the managers, and ask them to bootleg their record and pay them. We used to literally bootleg their record, press up their vinyl, pay them. It was so nefarious what we used to do. Who's this clown? Photobomb in the picture. I'm gonna do? I'm gonna chat GBT this picture and edit this clown out. That's a classic picture right there. That's my guy Ye and Don C. This is a Kanye West record release party. That's where we are in New York.
Beats, who
Yes.
also has been on.
Swizzy. Here's another guy that, one of my biggest inspirations as a producer, Swizz Beats. I used to go to his studio, and again, I basically asked permission from Swizz to bootleg his records on vinyl and press them, and we would pay under the table. But it was a win for them because if the record companies aren't pressing the vinyl, and here I am going to pay you to press the vinyl, it's a win because the records are still going out to the DJs. You're getting street promotions. And now it's funny how years later, as vinyl dissipated back then, Now everyone's pressing vinyl again.
Our show as well.
Absolutely.
Excellent. You get around.
Try, you know?
Seems like a great life. Thank you for coming into our little morning show here in New York. Great to meet you, DJ.
You hear that? He said, "Oh, our little morning show here in New York." So that's what I'm talking about, man. You heard? So a day in the life of Excel in the studio, mixing, remixing, traveling. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get me a little microphone and I'm going to be interviewing people because that's one of the things I used to do in New York City. There was a club called M2 in New York City, Club M2. On Thursday nights, everyone from Drake to Ciara to Beyonce to Kim Kardashian. I mean, everyone used to come. Everyone used to come to that. Kerry Hilson. Thursday nights in New York City was lit. It wasn't a Friday night or a Saturday night. The best parties in New York City were what we call off nights, the industry nights. Sunday, Monday, and I'll say Wednesday and Thursday. So M2 Thursdays, crazy. Movie. Before it was a movie theater. How about that? So anyway, one of the guys had a website called viewtheparty.com, and he gave me a mic. So I used to go up to people and interview them. I interviewed Buster, I interviewed Swizzy, and a few other people. So I have great interview skills, I believe, because of my working WZBC 90.3 college radio, Boston College. I was on the radio. I like to talk. I'm interested in people. I'm charismatic. So I'm hitting the clubs. I'm going to be interviewing DJs, promoters, and artists that come through. And yeah, when I was in college, yeah, Queen Latifah, interviewed her. I interviewed Gangstar. I interviewed Guru, Premier, a lot of people, man. I'm just trying to think. MC Light, a bunch of people. Q-Tip, yeah, man. Yeah, that's it. So that's it. My stream's going to be lit. You know why? I'm 6'4", 6'5". I'm tall. I'm dark. I'm handsome. I'm lit. Man, I'm lit out here. You heard? I got that je ne sais quoi, that special swag, that special something that you can't put a finger on. He has something about him that's different, and that's why cats hate on you. That's why the promoters in Boston try to hate on me. That's why the DJs are hating. Because they can't be me. You can't be me. You don't have the talent. You don't have the looks. You don't have the riz. And you're jealous. But you cannot stop me. That's why my name is Excel. It means to surpass, to go above and beyond. So all you whack-ass DJs in Boston and New York, or all the DJs that are not playing, either I'm trash. But actually, things have changed. I know for a fact that back in the 90s and the early 2000s, I'll say the 90s, if you had, and then maybe even in the 80s, you had your records crazy, people was playing them in the clubs, on the radio. You know how I know that? Because when I was in New York, I went to New York in 96, moved to New York in 96. I used to go to the Tunnel, right? Infamous Tunnel, New York party, Sunday nights. It's like crazy. Like literally niggas is robbing people and stuff. What I would do, because Flex was there, Funkmaster Flex. So when I had records, my records or promoting records, I wouldn't give the records to Funkmaster Flex. I would give him the Cypher sounds. Cypher was on before Flex. So rather than give the records to Flex, the Flex would just take the record. He ain't gonna play it. Give the record to Cypher. Cypher play the record in the club, or Cypher play the record on the radio. Flex is like, what's that? What's that record? And Flex would play the record after Cypher would play it. So that's how I used to do the DJs. And then also Palladium. Cypher was at the Palladium, so just drop records to him. But most importantly, cool DJ Red Alert. So my job, I used to go to Hot 97 probably once a week. And I was a record promoter for DBK Records. That's Brad and Dow's label, Street Poets, Underground Productions, DBKY Music in Boston, in Needham, how I got my start. So my job was to go to the radio stations. And when I moved to New York, I would go to Hot 97. I ran in the Marley Mall. Boom. Then I'm like, Let me go up into Kiss F. It was Kiss 98.7, I believe, and it was Hot 97. And so I would go up to Hot 97 with a bunch of vinyl records and go to all the DJs' mailboxes and put all the records, all the vinyl records on the boxes. You know who would play my records all the time? DJ Red Alert. Cool DJ Red Alert. Ran into Red Alert at the Black Market. Shout out to Black Market. Sorry you guys are gone. Last summer, Red Alert, I would say, made my career in New York City. So I'm making these mixes, I'm pressing them on vinyl, bringing them up to Red Alert. And Red Alert had like like kind of like a noon mix show from 12 to 1, I believe, in New York City. And I think like on Wednesdays he'd play all reggae or reggae hip hop. Yo, my guy would play like all my records. And then what would happen was, didn't know I worked at this distributor called Bud's Distribution. So Red would play the record, and then the records would start selling out at Rock and Soul. Shout out to DJ Will, Rock and Soul. Shout out to Shirley, Rock and Soul. Yeah, that's what happened. And here's a fun fact: I was at Bud's Distribution working. No, I wasn't working there. I just got to Bud's. I think it was '95. I made a record with this reggae artist called Lady Lee. We call her Lady Lee Mega. Our first record deal with Lady Lee was on Signet Records. It was called Situation. We got a deal for that. I think his name was Nolan Baines that signed us. What's his name? Tour. Capleton had a record called Tour. So inspired by that, took the Madism beat by Channel Live and KRS-One. We had Lady Lee do her record Situation over the Madism beat. That thing blew up like crazy. Get signed to Signet Records, got a little single deal. I think they paid us $1,000 for the deal. Anyway, we did the deal on Signet, and then I came with another record called Ponder Circuit, where we replayed the Bridges Over, and Dow Brain played over the Hold On to Your Love and Vogue bass line, and then the Woo-Ha Got You All in Check. I gotta play that record, man. Hold on 1 second. This is crazy. Let me let y'all hear this record. Let me let y'all hear it. So basically, to make a long story longer, we get a record deal, me and Lady Lee in New York City, right? For our record. After that, we needed to come up with another record. So I came out with this record, Ponder Circuit, Lady Lee. And the distributors didn't even want the record. They didn't want the record. First of all, we gave it to Signet, who we were assigned to. And then, let me see if I can find that record. Lady Lee Situation. I don't know. It was on Signet Records. Let me show you the label. I'm so upset about this. Yeah, this is it. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let me show you guys. Share the screen. So check this out. This record is what I'm talking about. See the record right here? Lady Lee Situation. Big tune. Big tune. I mean, this is 95. A lot of you kids weren't even born in 95. So I'm going to play that right now. I'm going to play it. So this record blew up in Boston, got bootlegged in New York, blew the hell up. Siddiqui and Tamu played it. So check this record out. Listen to this.
World of people, I want you to listen and learn. A long time them a earn. Black people, active return. Follow me, come say, come back and look at the situation. All over the world, black on the corporation. Who don't have one of them have a gun in them hand. That's why we don't separate the band. Follow me, black against black, that is totally wrong. We have to find a way out of the situation. If it takes forever, we must turn that around. We're proud of the color and the black nation.
Woo, Black Nation. So that record blows up. Later, we end up in Atlanta. That record is moving. She's getting shows. I'm not making any money. I'm just like the whack producer putting all the money into the project, and it was not a good time for me. So I ended up moving to New York. This record gets bootleg in New York, and then we go and do this record. The distributors don't even want to hear it. This record situation blew up, got bootlegged. So this was our second record. The distributors, first of all, we went to Signet Records to try to get a deal for a second deal, a follow up. They turned the record down. They didn't believe in the record. This is a good example of why you should never take no for as an answer. Never take no for an answer. So then I press up this record on my own. I don't even have the original record. Hold on. That's not the original one. Pondy Circuit, Lady Lee. I want to see if I could find the actual record that I pressed. So I pressed this up on my own label right here. I wish I could make this bigger. All right, so see this Urban Street Records? This was 96. You can see 96 right here. And this is my little voicemail. This is it was a voicemail. I press this up. You can see the woo-ha. This is Dow Brain. Me and Dow produced this one. See, Brad and Dow's Underground Mix. So this is 96. Nobody wants the record. I press it up myself. I go to the distributor. They don't want it. I bring the record to Red Alert. Red Alert plays it. Dave from Bud's Distribution calls me to distribute the record. So you gotta believe in yourself. This is Ponda Circuit. This is the actual record that they did not want to distribute or press up. Listen to it. Hear that? So that became a classic. This is a classic record to this day. So shout out to Dow Brain for flipping those keys on me, 3 bass lines, and shout out to me for believing in myself. I put up my own money, as my man, as my man Dame Dash says. Dusk and Popkin. I put up my own money and I put the record out, and guess what? It became a classic. Now I'm gonna get off the live, but I'm gonna read something to the left, which I love about AI, because AI has been helping me find a lot of records. It says based on the video and provided context, the guest XL Mixmaster focus on dynamic energy of live music performance and the evolution of DJ culture. He presents himself as an adaptive performer who bridges different musical eras and styles. This is pretty cool. Yeah. So AI has been helping me find my records and find out the year the records were actually released. Because again, I put my first record out in '87. A lot of you cats weren't even thought of being conceived. So that's that. Anyway, please like the video so that the algorithm picks it up. Please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. And again, I'll be going live on YouTube and Kick. I am building an audience and we're not going to stop. I've done this before. Shout out to everyone that's watching the stream or will watch it after. No one watched it live, which is cool. I went on IG. I went on Facebook. I went on WhatsApp. I went on TikTok. I went on X. I have 3 or 4 Facebook pages, and I sent out a video invite and posted on my stories to ask people to come check out my live, and no one showed up. So that's cool. What's cool is I support all the other content creators on various social media platforms in forms of watching, donating, liking, retweeting, reposting, and the energy isn't reciprocated. I noticed that. So that either means one or 2 things. I'm being hated on or people are just not interested in me. I doubt it's the latter. You have to have a certain type of resilience and a certain type of gumption to be able to weather. You got to have a thick skin to be in the space that I'm in, to put yourself out there and let people into your house. You know what I'm saying? um, and get on camera and go in the studio and make records, and then to the rejection. I remember a couple of years ago I was trying to do a pizza party with my guy Niso International, and I mean, like I said, I go to a lot of parties. I've supported a lot of people in their occupations. Um, Regardless if you're a club promoter, you're a DJ, you're a dancer, I've supported people, DJs, booked DJs, marketed DJs, booked artists, but people hate on you when they see. So I'm back in the kind of the artist thing. I'm not giving my time, energy, and resources to other people. I've switched the paradigm, and now I am the artist. I'm the vulnerable one. I have to start all over again, but it's cool. I remember back in 94, 95, I was just so depressed and upset because I wasn't getting any emotion in the music industry. My records was ringing. I mean, they were ringing, and I was like stuck in this bubble in Boston. And I'm like, I know these records are ringing. I used to go to New York, go to meetings, and they was just like, well, they would just make excuses for not giving me the opportunity. So I moved. I said, you know what? In '96, I moved to New York City because I said, if you guys aren't going to give me the opportunity, I'm going to make the opportunity. So this is my third quarter. I think 96 to like 2000 was the first quarter. And then like the second quarter was like 2000, let's say 96 to 2002. And then like 2004 to 2010 was my second quarter. So 96 was like DJ XL, the remixer party break guy, right? Vinyl guy, like killing it, right? And then from like 2002, 2003, 2000 to 2008, the club promoter guy, the international DJ, that was the second quarter. And then DJ International, I had a booking agency, the marketing company, New Digital 12 inch. I think I was like peak. So now it's 2020. Then I ended up getting married. Horrible decision. So I gave up everything, music, DJing, everything was just so people have the perception that you fall off when they don't see you making music, or you're not in the game, you're not in the club, whatever. They, oh, you fell off, you were old man. What up, Unc? They do that to you. They try to do that to Jay-Z. Listen, did you see Jay-Z's performance at the Roots picnic? People are like trying to clown him, like, oh, why are you still rapping at 50? Did you see the performance? All right. Did you see, and I say this respectfully, do you see Beanie Siegel, Freeway perform next to Jay-Z? The guys respect to, the Philly crew and state property, but besides Petey Crack, they couldn't even touch Jay. One, because unfortunately both Freeway and Beanies have had some serious health problems. I've had health problems. Um, so I say that to say, like, we don't need to put an age on black talent. Like, don't do that. Don't call me uncle. Don't say, oh, you too old, whatever. Nah, white artists perform forever. You know what I'm saying? They perform with the Penn's diapers on. You heard? So we don't want to do that. We shouldn't be doing that to our black artists. You're taking money out of their pocket and money out of their family's pocket. Their children, their great grandchildren. Don't do that to black artists, black DJs, black producers and remixers. Don't do that. That's not right. I don't. I think that's so corny for the younger generation to try to. It doesn't try to stop or belittle or malign older content creators and producers and artists. Don't do that. And us older artists, we should not gatekeep and try to stop the younger artists from thriving. I think we should work together, in my opinion. So I would never do that. I've always, for my entire career, I've always put my arm around artists, DJs, etc., to help them. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I've always done that, and it's disheartening and sometimes frustrating. Um, the hate, the level of hate and jealousy, and it's just weird. No respect, you know. But you can't. You can see, like my guy Rockweiler said. See, you can't. This doesn't lie. That doesn't lie. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You can Every time Sean goes up 500,000 to 1,000, 500,000 up to 1,000,000, I get another one. That doesn't lie. Let me let you guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me let you hear why I have that. So let's see if I can find it. Give them a run remix, Sean Paul. Let me see if I can find it because people don't even know I made that record. Give them a run remix, Sean Paul, like glue. Because there's this corny A&R guy named Murray Elias who wouldn't give me my sticker on the record. So people don't even know I made that record. I gotta see if I can find the mix that I did. Why I got them plaques. All I did was extend the give them a run. That's all I really did. Let me see. Oh, I'm muted. Let me see. Oh, I'm gonna get a copyright strike. I can't play this. I'm not playing this. I'm not getting no copyright strike. Look for that record. Give them a run, Sean Paul and Sasha Fatman Scoop, that sexy body. I'll play that for a quick second. Sasha Fat Man Scoop Coca-Cola Shape. I'm going to play that for 3 seconds. So again, this is another record. So I have, what am I trying to say, man? I'm certified already, my guy. All right, listen to this one. I'm going to give you 2 seconds. Where?
That's Citizens Private Bank.
Yeah, I'm certified, my guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm a certified G out here. So you guys can try to hate all you want. You guys don't have plaques. So you hear that? So I'm certified, my G's. All you artists and DJs and you corny promoters in Boston, you guys are cornballs. You're weirdos. You guys can't touch. So anyway, let me take this one off. I'm a G. Oh, Boston, whatever you guys are doing out here, y'all can have that. I'll be in Rio de Janeiro. I'll be in Cali, Colombia. I'll be in Nairobi, Kenya. Shout out to J Rello. Shout out to Mintuition. Shout out to my guy Tariq Nasheed. Shout out to Lord. Shout out to Checks and Effects. Shout out to my boy Stuck. Go home, NYC, the future. Go home. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. And I'm going to send a big tether fat, go on a diet, get off our culture, stop deriding our culture. That clown, that big fat boy who used to be on No Jumper, he talks like this. He has a real big face. I can't stand that guy. I can't stand him. He's a clown. I'm going to start doing commentary too. I just don't like people taking foundational Black American culture and like exploiting it. And then they look down on you. Like in Boston, right? The biggest promoters, some of the biggest promoters are not Black Americans. And unfortunately, I moved to New York. The biggest parties in Boston, in my opinion, are not even Black American promoters. They're not doing their thing. Now, T. Clark is trying to do his thing out in Marquee. T. Clark, he's out there with Junior Rodigan out at Marquee. But like in Boston, the biggest parties, in my opinion, the most lit biggest parties in Boston are people that are not foundational Black American. They're not. They cannot trace their lineage to slavery. Like on my mother's side, I can trace my lineage to slavery. My mother was a damn sharecropper. You know what I'm saying? Look up sharecropper if you don't know what that is. My grandmother, my great grandmother. So I can trace lineage slavery on my mom's side. On my father's side, that's a whole nother story that I'm not even going to get into. I subscribe to the family lineage on my mom's side. I went to Alabama. I saw what it was like down there. So it's just odd to me. Like I left Boston because it was a bubble and it was trash. Moved to New York, became the quote unquote remix king, number one remixer, party break guy in New York City. Then my um, second quarter international DJ. Now I'm in my third quarter, which is going to be streamer, YouTuber, content creator. That's my third summer, so to speak. Come back to Boston and like, yo, I go out, the club, the best club in New York City, the best supper club, not a foundational Black American. No, it's not, in my opinion. Um, I will say, big shout out to Grace by Nia. Nia Grace. Now she's killing it. She's foundational Black American. I know her mom, her brother, rest in peace to her brother Skeeter, and her sister. She's doing she's doing a damn thing. She's got Grace by Nia. I know she's got where Daryl's used to be. She's relaunching that. She's doing it. But when I'm talking about all the other supper clubs and these big parties, they're not found. So I'm just like, what happened? Like, why did I don't know? It's none of my business. I'm gonna stay out of it because I moved to New York anyway. So, but it's just weird to come back and like when I go out, I don't go out as much, but when it's going out over the last 2 or 3 years, it's like there aren't any black parties, like Black American, like lit Black American parties, like the promoters. There's a few, but the ones that are to me that are really killing it. And it's like it's weird too. It's just weird to come back into that space because I'm just used to being treated with a level of respect. Not for that, but for this. And then the thing is, people don't know. Like your favorite DJ has 10 of my records in their crates. The DJs that you're hiring are playing 10 of my mixes. I walk in there with I get no respect. Fine. I don't want respect. And I'm gonna build a new audience with some new people, unless I'm just trash and I'm old and I'm not relevant anymore. So that's 47 minutes and 42 seconds of talking to myself. I love it. So I'm gonna end the stream. Again, please subscribe and stay in contact with Excel Mixmaster. Leave a comment and we'll talk to you soon. I'm out of here.